So, welcome everybody. I'm Elizabeth Pfeiffer from elizabethpfeiffer.com, and today I have with me Kelly Schaefer from yourtaskcomplete.com. And Kelly, can you give us a 30-minute commercial, 30-second commercial about your business?
Sure, Elizabeth. Thank you. My business is Task Complete, and I am the founder and CEO of a full-service errand and concierge business here in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. I specialize in lifestyle management, and we help busy professionals get all their tasks done so that they have more time in the day to do the things that matter the most to them. And we also have a growing population of seniors that we help maintain in their own homes and maintain their independence where they're most comfortable. Because my background is in nursing, I have 21 years of nursing background, and trying to keep people in their homes as long as possible is really the best for their well-being.
Awesome. That's fantastic. So you came originally as one of my alchemy clients for coaching.
Yeah.
And I just want to give everybody kind of an idea of why you thought you needed coaching, what was happening, what was going on, and either with your business or in your life, whatever you're comfortable with in sharing, just to give us an idea of where you were before you started.
Okay, so what happened was, and just to give you a little bit of a background, I am very science-oriented. So I'm science-minded, and I am truly a task-oriented person. And mindset was something that it just wasn't even a factor for me. And I want to say several months ago, I started noticing some shifting happening within myself, where I was just unclear of things. I was having a lot of self-doubt, a lot of fear, which really made me uncomfortable because they were all experiences I had never gone through before.
Okay. And so this was new for you?
This was totally new for me, yeah.
Okay.
Because I felt as if I must have shut everything down for a long time throughout my life because I just was always charging, always going. So I finally hit a point in my life where things were all going fairly well. So then my mind quieted enough, and then things started popping up for me.
Cool.
So just as I was plateauing in life and business, then that's what happened. I literally plateaued, and then I couldn't get out of there. And it just caused me to sort of spiral into a lot of various emotions, and I wasn't sure what to do.
Mm-hmm. So how did you come across coaching, and what made you decide that coming with me and working with me in my program was a match for you?
So as cheesy as this sounds, I had met Elizabeth a year prior at an event, and when she told me what she did, I wasn't put off by it. It was more of a curiosity and that's kind of cool, but nothing that I had ever experienced before. But sometimes you have that nagging voice in the back of your head, that intuition, and intuition said, you're going to know her someday. And it just planted a seed in there, and it just sat there for a while. And when I met you, I immediately could feel your energy, and you just seemed like such a vibrant, positive personality that I knew at some point our paths would connect again.
Cool.
So as I was following you, and when my issue arose, I already knew that you would be the person that I would go to because I already trusted you.
Okay. So you already had that intuition and that knowledge and that feel. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you did sign up, how would you describe your 9 weeks?
So my 9 weeks, they were mentally a little intense, and the mental intensity brought in a little bit of fatigue after each session, but it was short-lived. But I started uncovering a lot of stuff within myself that I didn't know existed. Or I thought I knew it existed, but didn't realize the impact it was having on my life and my business currently in this state.
Cool.
And as we were going on, the first one or two, I was like, okay, that was kind of weird, but interesting. And then I was just really looking forward to them. I was looking forward to talking with you and uncovering like these deep secrets within my soul that I didn't know even lived there.
Yeah, that's the huge piece, is that we don't even know that they're there.
Nope, didn't even know.
Yeah, and it's funny. I just want to tell everybody that sometimes what happens after a session, I don't really make you fall asleep.
I was just a little drowsy.
But when you shift energy like that, and they're big pieces when you shift, sometimes fatigue comes up because you need to integrate that into your energy field. So there's no magic behind the scenes with sleep. So that's great.
No, it's not like that. And it was really I just needed, 15, 20 minutes maybe just to quiet my mind.
Yeah, just to integrate
let everything resettle. Yeah. And then I was back up in my normal perky self.
Right. So what was your biggest aha or oh my God moment in those weeks? The one piece maybe, you don't have to share anything personal, but just maybe like an oh my God, I didn't know that was there, or aha, that was the piece I was looking for.
I think what happened was when my business had hit its plateau and I was doing everything possible that I thought of to re-energize it, restart it again. And when I was doing the sessions and I found some of the things that were holding me back personally, it was completely related to my business.
Okay.
And that was probably my biggest aha. It was like, oh, I'm not doing that because of this little thing that's hiding inside of me. And I'll be honest, and a lot of my inner issues are fear-based. So, which we all have fears. Mm-hmm. And this has really brought them to light and put them into a reality where when I am making decisions on a daily basis, I can now incorporate and pinpoint, oh, it's that fear thing that's trying to tell me to, not to, la, la, la. And now I'm just hyper aware of it. Mm. Whereas before I would make a decision and not know why I made the decision. But now I can make a more informed decision because I'm not allowing the fear to make the decision for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. So do you feel as if you received tools to really identify where some of your blocks are, even though after we finished the 9 weeks and we had a little bit of a hiatus, did you feel as if you had tools that you were able to use to kind of get you out of your own funk?
Absolutely. I definitely have tools. I do still find myself at days falling into a funk. And that's why I actually signed up for the next program, so I can be even more vigilant of it as it's occurring, not after the fact. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes, when we're faced with fears in our lives or insecurities or whatever each individual person might deal with, we end up just going down that tunnel, shoop, 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 and it's hard. Mm-hmm. So being able to identify it right away, right. And it's a slow progress of information and understanding the information, and I'm just much more clear in my thought processes now. And I know that it's not necessarily, what I'm thinking isn't necessarily emanating from within my soul. It's some kind of external factor.
So you're able to identify when your energy is yours and when it belongs to someone else.
Just recently, through some of the tools that you had taught me.
Yeah.
I was able to kind of use those tools and try to visualize things, and I was literally like, oh no, this is not my stuff. I'm going to check out and come back later. I still had my stuff attached to me at the moment, but I knew that the severity of it wasn't all mine.
That's awesome. And that's a huge step because 90% of the population is not aware that a lot of the things that we think is our own, and we take that tunnel down into depressed land, isn't even ours. And so when you can realize that it's not yours, you're right. It's like taking, you might have your own issue, but it's like taking this huge boulder that wants to compound your issue with someone else's issue. Right. And once you're able to look at what's mine and deal with what's mine, it's not as hard, and you don't fall down that chute as hard, as fast.
Exactly. So now, whereas I would allow myself to fall down the tunnel that could literally put me on a couch for a full day and want to cover my head in a pillow and zone out to television, now it might only be an hour that I want to just zone out. But I'm entitled to that hour. I'm entitled to go sit and let myself calm down But that 1 hour, I would easily trade for a whole day.
Yeah.
And a whole day of dealing with stuff that's it's not even mine.
Right. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So let's break it down even more simply. If you were to describe this process, this work, this experience that you went through to a friend, because I can explain it and I have all these words that nobody understands. But if you were to say to a friend and describe your experience or the work, what would you say? How would you describe it to them?
So I have weird ways of describing things, but the way I described it to my friends, actually, and I've even referred you out to a few other friends, what I describe it as is I call her she's my energy person. She helps me deal with the chaos that happens in my head sometimes that are revolved around emotions. And what we do through the sessions is that we go and I get in a nice comfy place and I really focus on myself. All me, nobody else. This is me time. And I'm entitled. Again, I'm entitled to this me time. And what happens is you go into a quiet, calm space in your heart and your mind, and things literally pop up that are blocking you. Mm-hmm. Like if I want to walk down this path to achieve this goal and I'm not getting there, I can go into a landscape, as you use the term. I can go into this landscape and visualize and see something blocking the road. And then I try to figure out, well, what is it that's blocking the road? And lo and behold, little demons will pop up. I am Mr. Insecurity, and I am Mr. Fear Base, and I am Mr. This happened to you when you were 4. Did you forget about this? Because I've left a little mark on you that you didn't even know about. And you go in there, and basically I say it's like playing Space Invaders. And you're like, choo, 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 and you're just shooting away these goblins, so to speak, the feelings that are holding you back from what you truly want in life and what you're truly meant to be.
Right. And so just, since we do a lot of energy work, I just want to clarify that there are no real demons.
No. Not with like tails and
stuff. There are no real demons. And we don't really shoot the goblins per se. We reintegrate them. It's a healing process. Because the goblin, which is a term that Colette Baron-Reed, who is the founder of the Envision process, has called our subconscious ego goblins. And really what they are just wounded aspects of ourself from the past, which we find and discover, we didn't even know they were there. And we heal them and reintegrate them into our energy and into our personality so that they aren't screaming so loud in our heads. Yeah. But that's an awesome explanation.
Yeah, it's how I visualize it, because I'm a visual person. So
yeah. No, that's fantastic. So what have you noticed recently? Because I saw a nice little wonderful post that your business is improving or making some motion. So tell me what some of the outcome has been for your business. And
so I can tell you to almost to just encompass it in a sentence or two. My business will plateau, and then I'm kind of stuck, and then I keep doing the same stuff that I'm used to doing because I like systems, I like routine. It's what I do, And then what happens is when I become brave enough to do something out of the norm, my business goes shoop. And that's what happens every time.
Oh, okay. Is that every session or in your mind? What?
Just kind of in general.
Okay.
In general. I don't know if I wouldn't say it's every session, but every session I am peeling away, and I think you used this before, peeling away layers that are helping me get down.
Right.
But I just feel more balanced. I feel more balanced mentally, which then makes you more focused mentally, which then makes you overall more productive, which is key for me because, of course, that's, again, what I do and what I do for my clients as well.
Right.
Oh, so, that's great. Yeah, so helping me uncover the things that were holding me back and giving me the almost like the nerve and the I can do it, and just trying to change one little thing. And just it's almost like by stepping out of my comfort zone, positive things happen.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Is there anything that happened within the last week or two that in your business that was just something you just wouldn't have expected or surprised you or ordinarily you would have been afraid of?
So ordinarily I would be afraid to take on certain jobs because they're out of my driving zone, so to speak. And I have a relationship with a larger company who utilizes my services, and they needed something done. Again, it's too far for me to drive to, a couple hours away. And normally I would not trust anyone else to help me because it's my need to control everything, which is just kind of my personality. But I was like, you know what? I have the option and the opportunity to have this person who I know satisfy this need. Mm-hmm. I just have to take the leap of faith and put it together. And I did. And it worked out perfectly. And that then opens up more business.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. A lot of business owners tend to have a lot of, we want to control everything. And then you have that whole mindset of nobody can do it better than I can, so you don't trust anybody else. Right. But those are all mindset pieces that in a business doesn't serve you. Right. So those are huge steps. That's awesome. So you did sign up for our Visionary program, and that is a longer term program, you know, for my business people who are really looking to change their whole vision. I mean, they have a vision of what it is that they want to do. They want to be this big superhero out in the world. Yeah. What made you decide to go through that program? Because that program's 7 months to a year. So what made you decide I need to take this all the way?
Because when our sessions were over, as much as I had learned, I felt like it was just the tip of the iceberg. And I really wanted to learn more because being my science-minded self, I saw this other aspect, and I physically and mentally could feel the difference when I wasn't doing my homework that I was supposed to do, and I wasn't doing my meditations the way I'm supposed to. Again, if you would have said, Kelly, do you meditate just 6 months ago, I would have laughed. Like, meditation? Pff, never. And now I look forward to it. So I know that I know that the proof is there. The proof is there. So the hypotheses in my science brain has been proven correct. So to stop that, it's like going to college and finding a subject that really interests you. Why not continue? Continue the learning process, and it makes you a master on the other side.
Absolutely.
So why not do that for myself?
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. So I want to thank you for really taking the time out of your schedule to tell everybody, because for me it's, you know, I can tell you all of this, you know, but it'll all look like marketing. So it's always best to get someone else who's kind of been on that path to give you an idea of where you came from and where you're going and what you're doing. And I really appreciate that. I also want to invite anybody who's listening to check Kelly's website out. It's www.yourtaskcomplete.com, especially if you live in the Bucks County, Yardley areas. She's available, and you should check her out. She's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.